I wish I would have turned on my camera before I started this project. I got this pocket watch. I got several pocket watches, but because I have this microscope now, I'm checking out some of my pocket watches. The crystal has gone yellow. However, I've got different crystals, but I wanted to clean it up, and I wish I would have showed y'all what it looked like before. But here's the semi-chrome. It looked similar to this before, but now look at it, nice and shiny. Now time to put some Renaissance wax on it so it don't get my fingerprints on it. And this thing says case made in Canada, AWC company. I was looking for what kind of whether it's gold plated or what. I don't see it yet. There's all kinds of markings on this thing. Time to stick it underneath my microscope to see if I could see what it is. I'm not for sure what the markings mean. They might have been somebody's when they serviced it. I have no idea, because it looks like they took a scratch awl to scratch these markings into it. But AWC company, made in Canada, 319788 is the serial number. Empress, and this crown is what you look for. Well, you take those markings and you look in one of the complete price guide to watches by Gilbert, Engel, and Sugar, and this is the most sought after book for price for watches, pocket watches. And in the beginning of this book, you have solid gold marks, and I know it's not a solid gold case. And then you have gold field marks. And here is the Empress AWC. Now, I don't know whether it's 10 karat or 14 karat gold filled. That would be something that maybe you have to have a test done on it. A lot of times it'll tell you whether it's 10 karat or 14 karat. So, like right here, guaranteed SX 14 karat superior, but not always. But there's a bunch of gold filled marks. So the case is gold filled is what I'm getting at. Now I want to clean up this part of the case, but I have to take the movement out. And you got these screws right here that you loosen, you take out, and the movement will come out. The people that do this professionally for a living, they're going to use a pair of tweezers to remove these screws and turn this microscope off. They're going to use a pair of tweezers to remove these screws. It's really neat to watch them work because they can work and not shake. Now I got the screws out. The movement comes out frontwards. So now I can, in order to take the movement out, you have to pull the stem, because the stem will hold the movement in. So you pull the stem, And in this case, it came out front ways. So now I could clean this up. And you see how yellow this is? Again, I have different crystals. But I'm going to leave it right now. I put some semi-chrome on the case. I use my finger. Your fingers, you can wash them. But using the finger to rub the semi-chrome in. And add some more where you need it. But anyway, I'm going to continue cleaning this up. The crystal popped out of the case. And so because it popped out, I'm going to try to replace it. 25 years ago, let me back up. In my last duty station in 2000 to 2003, from 2000 to 2001, right after 9/11, I had to quit because I was deployed in early 2002. But I was a member of the NAWCC, and I became the chairman for the Big Country Clock and Watch Collectors Group. 75% of the group members collected pocket watches. And so I wasn't interested in pocket watches prior to dealing with this group, but because most of the members collected pocket watches, I started collecting pocket watches. And prior to me becoming a chairman, the chairman of the group, who worked on watches for a living, had one monthly meeting where he taught you how to repair a pocket watch. Then after the meeting was all over with, he's like, I normally get this much money, so had I known that he was going to charge us, I wouldn't have attended. But anyway, I'm glad I did. But anyway, what I'm getting at is I haven't worked on a pocket watch since then. And I've got all these brand new dials. And so I'm going to see if I can go through these dials and find one that matches. Most of them are going to be too big or too small. So hopefully I can find one that matches. And I've got a lot of dials to go through, so hopefully I'll find one. Can you believe, out of all these crystals that I have in this container, not one bit? So I had to put the original crystal back on. But after spraying it with some spray weight glass cleaner, it looks a lot better. And this is a 15 jewel pocket watch, Swiss made. It doesn't have the maker's name on it, but it's on the dial. Civitas. I don't know what they're worth anymore. There's that book that I have is dated 2016. There's actually a pocket watch database, and I will leave it in the link of this description of this video. But if you pay a monthly fee or an annual fee, which is cheaper, or you can pay just a one-time fee, you can look up to see what they're selling for. If I can get this case back on. I got a cleaner. I need to wash my hands. I got stuff all over my fingers and I'm having trouble starting. Let me put this on. I'll be right back. I looked in the book and I looked in that database I was telling you about. Civitas is not mentioned. But here's one for sale on eBay. It says it runs. They want $94.72 plus shipping. It's missing the second hand. And the glass is clear. Here's a movement alone, which they want $30 with free shipping for a repair. No second hand, no case. It looks dirty as crap. It needs serviced. This is just one of my containers of watches. Missing balance jewel and hour staff, made in 1896. American Waltham pocket watch. Beautiful movement. 15 jewels. Waltham. Missing balance jewel and pallet jewel stem, made 1907. Beautiful movement. 15 jewels. Doesn't wind. And it's not going to with that stuff missing. But I have a few pocket watches. Missing jewel at hole for balance wheel, made in 1892. I believe this is a Waltham. Yeah, Waltham. And I used to have a crap load of jewels, and I don't know where they're at. I think I gave them away because I didn't think I'd ever work on pocket watches again. But I used to have a crap load of jewels. But I got more movements in here. Partial movements. And again, this is just one container. It's Edwardian bookcase is where I keep a lot of my pocket watches. And I've got a bunch of dollar pocket watches, such as this one right here. This is a Pusey pocket watch. And let me get one out. Several years ago, myself, my mother, and my aunts were in a rent-a-car driving to Kansas City so I could see my niece, Doc Eugene Fox's daughter, Rebecca, get married to Ben. We stopped off at a flea market, and I bought this. That's about what I paid for it. However, it's because I didn't have a pocket watch with this many jewels. It has 23 jewels. And when I wind it up, you can see it's a strong runner. It's a railroad pocket watch. And it says Chicago, Illinois, Chicago, USA. Anyway, I don't remember exactly who made it, but I wanted it, and so I got it. And this wooden box is what I made back in 2000 to service pocket watches on. And all those containers has nothing but watch and pocket watch parts. But I'll be darned, I don't know where my jewels are anymore. Like I said, I think I gave them away. Why do you keep bringing up jewels? Explain why I keep bringing up jewels. I was looking for the jewels. This is the Hickory Dickory Dock clock. Well, part of it that my friend gave me for my birthday. Now, granted, he sent this thing to 2 different people. And I don't want to talk bad about people. But the clock would work partial. And they couldn't figure out why it kept stopping. The escapement wheel, the platform that goes on it, if I can get it out of this box. The very end hole takes a jewel. That jewel was broken. And so the escapement wheel, the clock was fully wound when I got it. And I tried to move the escapement wheel and it wouldn't move. And that's because the jewel was broken. And so in my younger days, when I could see better, I would put a jewel in this thing. I can't see that well anymore, and that's what that microscope is for. But I'm thinking I might be able to put a bushing in it versus a jewel. But that's why the clock kept stopping, because a jewel is broken. And when I was messing with it, the jewel came out of the hole in two different pieces. And so I could barely see it on my finger. So that's why I used the microscope. But the jewel was broken. Anyway, I hope y'all like my little video on me cleaning up this watch. See how pretty it is now? But anyway, leave me some comments. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And may God bless each and every one of you.